person. Yeah. Because a religious person will tell you what they don't do because this person is a certain way. A moral compass means to help everybody. Oh, sorry. A moral compass can be that. It can be anything to anybody. A moral compass can be anything. It can either be good or bad. So that was my thing though. And of course it expands past that, if she didn't have a spiritual compass, chances are she's probably an asshole. Or he's probably an asshole. Yeah, and I don't mean a spiritual compass like you can recite one verse, she slips. I mean like actual spiritual compass, where they actually, outside of the Bible, they actually have a thought process about the world and how it is, the rules and values they follow, and the moral compass they have along with that. Because a moral compass is sometimes better than being a religious person. Yeah. Because a religious person will tell you what they don't do because this person is a certain way. A moral compass means to help everybody. Oh, sorry. A moral compass can be that. It can be anything to anybody. A moral compass can either be good or bad. So that was.
Let me tell you what.
I didn't say morality is derived from the Bible. What I said was that every human being, whether they believe in God or not, is a moral being made in the image of God. And so therefore atheists, like Christians and everybody else, and people of any faith or none, all have moral concepts.
Welcome back to another
and this is
episode of
enormously
the Chop.
important
Chopped it up under the tree.
because research
Skrill,
that's
Happy
been done,
Hustle.
and Lewis, in a
Hashtag
book that everybody ought to
designers.
read, it was written in 1940 called The Abolition of Man. In the appendix to it, he points out that all around the world, if you look at different tribes and nations and philosophies, pagan religions, and all sorts, you'll find a common core of morality. Respect for the elderly, truth, don't murder, and so on. You'll find...
Okay, you say, we on,
I mentioned to him earlier, I went live before we opened up, that I was telling him about the moral compass.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You enlightened me on that yesterday. And like I explained to them, upon the enlightenment was a certain time in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it helped me out. It helped me out a lot. And as always, you already know, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Greatly appreciated. Iron sharp as iron. Wise man seeks wise counsel.
yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So with the I didn't want to miss nothing out, or I want them to hear. Like I said, I appreciate how you gave it to me, illustrative, everything, how I can comprehend it and embrace it, right? But I just want the world to, you know what I'm saying, hear, even if you can go even deeper about the moral compass.
We talking about, our guide. We talking about our guide as men. We talking about our guide as humans. But a lot of, like how we chop, right? Like under this tree, right? A lot of women talk about how they have like women intuition, right? So, but we know also as men that we are leaders, that we are guides, that we so moral compass is like that woman's intuition, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, type thing, all wrapped in one, because it's like it's that third sense, it's that that subconscious that give us direction, that provides us that feeling of, right and wrong, and when something ain't right, or when something ain't, feeling right, but, and it's beyond spirituality, because it's not a religious thing, you don't have to be religious to have a moral compass. No, all you have to do is have morals and values, you know what I'm saying? And then based on those morals and values, we guide, and we people already prejudge each other, but it's like, what are you judging somebody based on? Your morals and values or theirs? You know what I'm saying? You don't even know this person or where this person is coming from. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even know their morals or whatever. So you haven't got to know that person. So, and based on that, I'm just saying, it's not fair to judge. You know what I'm saying? So I try not, but you got people that do that. Like, so for instance, like, let's say you have a woman or a man let's say it's a woman out here that she's not taking care of her kids or whatever. She's making all the other, let's say hypothetically, she's partying, she'd rather go and, kick it, she'd rather go do everything else, and someone else has her children, you know. But you might not know this about this person, but you get to know them and you think they cool, but guess what? That one thing about them, you have to really take into account because that talks about their morals and their values. Their moral code. Or you have to get to know why don't they have more? Why are they in this situation? But if you just doing this thing and it's selfishly, you don't have the right to judge anybody else's life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't know where somebody else is coming from.
So you saying
There's so much that go into it. So if you look at this man and you be like, oh man, this man is cheating or whatever. Oh, hold on. You don't even know this guy.
Yeah.
You don't know what type of personality, what type of morals or values or what type of spirituality he come from or what type of nothing he come from. You don't even know it's anything, but you're judging.
So
you know?
So you can use it. You can use it to balance your moral compass, but don't use it to judge nobody.
No.
Meaning like,
because
whether me seeing this person cheating or not, whether that's going to inquire me to want to more information about them, or because with my moral compass, it allows me. Are you intrigued? Do you want to learn more script, or do you want to keep it moving? Based upon your moral compass of what you see, but don't judge them.
Right, don't
judge them.
Right, but because
if you would like to learn more, then
because if you would like to learn more,
or my compass will show me that I am judging.
Your compass will show you that you're judging them because you are basing the moment you say something about this person, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I mean? Yeah. So my thing is, like, even with dealing with dealing with addiction, like here it is, you know what I'm saying? You judging somebody, you don't even know what type of addiction they have. Like different people have different types of addictions. You know what I'm saying? So
no matter what.
So and then no matter what. So different people have different type of dependencies, right? So you judging this person based on their dependency, but you have dependencies and addictions of your own. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But your moral compass will tell you, hold on, man, I don't have the right to judge because I have flaws myself. So first look within.
Your moral compass can also help you.
It can also help you.
Let you know, like, hey, you need to get yourself together.
Yeah, you need to get yourself together.
Judging this person
because you need to, based off this, but at the end of the day, that's where having looking at yourself and taking account, having accountability comes in. That you know what I'm saying. It's hard to so.
That moral compass consists of a lot of
accountability. You know what I'm saying? So that's where that accountability comes in. That because you're gonna say, "Dang, you know what? Okay, even if somebody else saying these things about me, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it'll make me even look at myself to say, and let me check my check my compass, let me check my moral compass, and let me see if I can if it lines up, where I'm pointing at. Like maybe what they saying is true.
Why you pulling up your sleeves and why you pat your arm? What's on that arm,
listen, man, on that arm is that compass, man. And I'm just showing them that we point where we pointing, man. You know what I'm saying? That it's always pointing north. So if you're not pointing in that right direction, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you get off, sometimes somebody could tune you up and let you know, hey man, your moral compass is off. You need to tighten it up or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that goes back to.
But it's about self-reflection.
That goes back to you saying, peeping somebody's behaviors or whatever, and not judging them.
Not judging.
But let me let him know that because I know he's aware of the compass. So let me make him aware of that, man. His compass is a little balanced, off balance. So,
yes.
What I mean?
So and that's when you have those type of relationships where you can come in that type of communication where you can come to somebody or somebody can come to you and y'all are able to iron sharpen iron and tighten each other up. But but at all times you understanding that, hey man, you know, I'm based on and I have to be dealing with self, so my moral compass is based on me. So I have to tighten myself up. So I have to look at. I don't have to be willing to go through the steps. If I'm going through the 12 steps, for instance, you're going through the 12 steps. Those 12 steps ain't for. You can't take them. You can't do somebody else 12 steps. You got to go through them steps yourself. You know what I'm saying? Those 12 steps is for each individual. So that moral compass is gonna tell you, man, you have to deal with your own demons or whatever it is you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Your own addictions, your own, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's how that moral compass help you keep tuned up. Like, you know, because now it's gonna say, hey, am I living in line with my morals, my values, my beliefs, my principles, my principalities?
You know,
what I'm
it's
saying?
all the
We
decisions
just talking
that you
about
make,
principality.
because the compass gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Man, hold on, am I aligned with?
Yeah.
Hold on, man, this conversation is
Yeah.
man, these thoughts.
These
It's
thoughts,
ain't
yeah,
in alignment with, so that compass will let you know.
these thoughts need to be
So,
behaved.
even with acknowledging and embracing, utilizing the moral compass, I gotta be aware of.
So that's, yeah.
Like I gotta be aware of my moral compass. Don't let something distract me from paying attention to that compass, no matter what else going on.
Yes.
Because I can get distracted and won't even be paying attention to my compass.
Yeah,
Now,
and that's
I'm
why
over
it's
here
good to be, yes,
partying.
and that's why it's good to have those reminders.
Yeah. Get
Right,
around the right people.
right. So that's why it's good to, even though a moral compass isn't religious, it is a spiritual base. It's dealing with. So that's why I'm saying you don't have to belong to some certain religion to have your to tighten up your moral compass. This is individual. This is everybody. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say it's not about which religion you belong to or whatever. But that's something you need to keep in mind when you
doing
pass
something that
these
don't make you feel
judgments
right.
about the next individual and what they doing in their life and what they doing with their wife or their wives or whatever the case may be. That's something you need to keep in mind that, hey, maybe your moral compass is off. And maybe they might be in tune with something else that you're not on. Maybe you might be moving under a solar system. Maybe they moving under a lunar system. You see what I'm saying? It's different systems out here. So maybe your compass